The problem is, if you're in sales, when I sell my friend Bud, whatever I'm selling him, that ends the process. It's done. It's not like Bud is now going to go sell my product to somebody else. Do you get that? Right. So there's an entirely different skill set. This is conceptually what you need to realize. When you are approaching somebody, there are two parts to this approach. And they are two very distinct roles that can never be done by the same person. There is the invite and there is the presentation. These two things always have to be separate. Now, what do we do as new people? Right? We invite right into the presentation. And we have that selling conversation that pushes people away. Once again, I could be the type of person where if I have a row of friends here, see, this is where some of you are going wrong because you don't realize you're failing yet, but you will. I could sign 20 people up my first month, presenting and inviting, because I could just say jump and they're going to all ask me how high and how far. But here's the problem. I've taught my friend Carl the wrong way to do the business. And if he doesn't have the personal power and people don't respect him the same way they do me, he fails. He'll never recruit one person. And it's not his fault that he failed. It's my fault because I approached him the wrong way. How many people have said this statement? Why won't anybody else on my team do anything? Show of hands. You are approaching people the wrong way. They are doing something. They're just failing and getting discouraged and quitting. How long are you going to fail? Most people won't talk to more than 5 or 6 doing it the wrong way and failing before they say this doesn't work. Guess what? It works if you work it the way that it's supposed to be. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the invitation. So your role is the invitation. The presentation has to come from what we call a third-party source. See, when you present the information, that's first person. That's where you fail. That's the selling conversations. You have to use a third party. Now, what's a third party? Well, I'm going to share with you what I feel by far is the most effective way to present the business to somebody. And it is in the form of what you've heard many times before. It's called a home presentation. Now listen, I'm reading some of your minds, okay? You hear home presentation and some people just shudder. They're like, oh no, I'm not going to do one of those things, right? Because haven't we been to those kind of things before? Candle demonstrations, right? Cookware. You know, you walk into somebody's home and all of a sudden somebody jumps out from behind the curtain with a presentation easel, right? We've been to these things before. Here's the thing, guys, is if you conduct it in the right way, you have to realize that home presentations they work. You know, you look at companies like Mary Kay, Avon. Avon's an $11 billion company. Amway is a $10 billion company. They built their business doing home presentations, selling things that people don't want, right, and won't use, and asking them to spend money. In our business, this is tailor-made for a home presentation. Now, you have two choices. You can individually approach everybody you know one by one by one by one. That's fine. And go through this process. Or you can invite them to your home, get a group of people together. It is way more powerful for somebody to sit live in a room with other people because they get excited instead of them sitting in front of their computer where it's not the same environment. But here's the other reason why home meetings are so powerful. How many people would like to get that fast start bonus? Imagine in your first meeting in a 30-minute presentation, you have 10 of your closest family and friends in your home. Who cares if none of them want to do it? They all have electric bills. They're not leaving your house until they sign up, right? Doors are locked. You made your $250 minimum in your first meeting. How powerful of a story would that be?